What's going on, YouTube? Short video, kind of an update video. So we went ahead and did our little grudge race. So if you guys watched the previous video about the airport with all the controversy about me winning or not at the index race, the airport ended up putting up the pot, which was almost 400 bucks, and wanted us to rerun the race. Well, I didn't want to run index anymore. I said, if I'm gonna take my time, take my car up there, we're gonna run heads up. Doug has a legit street car and we're both street cars. And I said, let's run heads up. Let's see who's faster. So we were first off the trailer, we ran heads up. Here's the video. As you can see, I did pretty well. I had pretty good confidence in the car. I had a pretty good tune-up that I thought would 60 foot well and be able to bring in the power out the back. And so we won that race. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna be racing the airport anymore. There's just too much drama. There was a lot of stuff said and I'm just over it. So gonna be the mature one, I'm walking away. I'll support tracks that support me, and that's what we're gonna do from here on out. But I noticed after the pass, so if you guys know, I did a video on the head gasket and I wanted to try this mall or male, however you guys say it, head gasket, which is like a $30 head gasket off Rock Auto. I have ran factory OEM Honda head gaskets forever and they have never had issues. I've always had really good luck. So I was like, well, every time I have to pop the head off, I need to replace the head gasket. It's $100 a pop. So I was like, I'm gonna try to find something a little cheaper that hopefully holds up. Well, we had them all in here for like a couple of races. We were racing down at Summer Duck and stuff, and we weren't really wicking this thing up. It wasn't turned up very much, and it was doing really well. Well, at the airport, I wicked it up on the big end. It saw 50-some pounds of boost, and everything looked great. You know, the data looked great. It went quick. But I noticed that my coolant pressure really rose pretty high right at the shift and to the 8th mile. So I knew that we had a leaky head gasket. And so now we got our head off. And I want to show you guys, and I actually suspected this. Do you guys see the Viton rubber? So this black rubber is the coating they put on these MLS head gaskets. And right there, that is a water jacket. And you can see that it just washed away the Viton into the chamber. So I guarantee you that is where I started pushing some water. This one looked like it may have started at some point, but it wasn't all the way. The rest of them you can see are pretty solid. I don't see any other leakage, but when you see a wash away like that of the rubber, that's usually a telltale sign that it was lifting the head gasket right there. So clearly there is a reason why the Honda head gaskets cost more money. Whatever they use, it's a better product. I could definitely tell too when I had this mall out that the black Viton looked a little different than the factory OEM rubber. So it's probably just better quality. So we are going, and this is the only thing I changed, guys. I didn't change anything else. Same head studs, same tune-up, timing, fuel, boost. Actually, the Honda one saw more boost than what this thing saw and never leaked. So these head gaskets are probably great for a street guy, not running a ton of boost. Mind you guys, I'm running 50-some plus pounds of boost on a 80mm turbo. This head gasket, I'm sure, would hold fine for a little 62 mil, you know, 500-600 horsepower out in the street. Probably wouldn't have any problems at all. But obviously, my engine is a full workout, like trying to go nuts all the time. And we need everything to hold up. So we're going to go ahead and throw our Honda head gasket on right back here and just put everything back together and call it a day. Another thing I want to show you guys is, if you guys remember the cylinder wear, I went ahead and bore scoped and was pretty happy with what I saw. So as you guys can see, my cylinder wear has improved dramatically. there is not a lot of cylinder wear. If you guys can remember, I had a ton of wear. I mean, it would go from here to here and just wear the entire hot side of that out. You can see a little bit of wear there, but remember, these cylinders were just berry honed. So these weren't, you know, full machine honed. So I just berry honed them, put new rings and sent it. So obviously I'm probably still gonna see some wear where the wear was really bad, but I guarantee you, like over the winter time when me and Jeremy refresh this motor and actually do a stone hone, and we'll probably get a new set of pistons, I think we're not gonna see this wear like we used to. I mean, I would wear these cylinders out in like 2 races. And it was all about the injector placement. So you guys know that I changed how my injectors were placed in my intake manifold. They're much deeper now, and they are down into the intake. What I think was happening was it was getting a lot of puddling. The intake was screwing up the atomization, and it was puddling into the cylinder, and that was causing my severe wear. So I'm really happy we figured that out. Now I'm not worried about like being rich on wide open. I really think it was all about really idling with all that puddling. I was just washing the cylinder walls away and stuff. So that is cleared up. So I'm happy about that. Car's running good. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw this head gasket on, and we'll send it. But as you guys know, this is why it's important to monitor coolant pressures and stuff like that. I'll show you the picture here real quick of the data log. And as you can see, a lot of guys say like, oh, you'll see a big spike if you blow a head gasket. Well, I'm not blowing head gaskets, I'm lifting the head gasket. So there could be a difference with that. Like I'm not blowing the side of the head gasket out and like torching cylinders and stuff. I'm just simply the head is lifting and it's leaking from the coolant passage to the combustion chamber. So you will see a steady rise in coolant pressure all the way until you let out. And that's what I saw there. So I knew we had something going on. And looking at that Viton, for sure was leaking. So let's go ahead and slap this new head gasket on. And I'm sure some of you are gonna say, oh, well, the Viton's probably just stuck to the head. No, it doesn't stick to the head. As you can see here, this is where it was, and it's completely washed away and shiny. So the Viton is gone. It's even in the coolant system, or it flew out the exhaust valve, but the rubber is gone. It washed off. Brand new Honda OEM head gasket is on. Cleaned her all up, slap her back together, and see if she holds the rest of the season.
20 minutes later.
Well, she's all back together. Everything's running good. I got like 1 pound of coolant pressure and went out and did some 30-pound hits on pump 85, and everything seems really good. So from here on out, I guess I'm gonna stick to OEM Honda head gaskets. I mean, there's a reason why they're expensive, they're good quality, and yeah, they just hold together. So fingers crossed that this one also holds together, and we can probably, hopefully, finish out the season with the same head gasket. So everything looks good in these cylinders, as you saw, and I'm pretty happy with it. So we do have a couple of races coming up, and then it's gonna start getting warm, probably gonna start doing some lake stuff, but I'll keep coming with the horsepower talk and coming up with different things to talk about. So if you guys have any ideas, post them in the comments and I'll read them. And maybe one of your topics will get brought up. So I appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe, like what you're watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. See you.